What's going on, everybody? All right, I'm gonna make this one short and sweet. Family. Um, I'm gonna bring some clarity here because I already know everything going on today. There may be a lot of fear mongering going on in the air, so the spiritualists, the spiritual community, we gotta come together right now and bring some clarity as to what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all fill up them seats real quick. All right, I've been liquid fasting while knocking out some readings and whatnot, so I might not really jump on the podium and get all passionate like I usually do. But don't listen to me when I say that. I never know with y'all because y'all know y'all be charging my energy up. All right, shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to all the congregation members. All right, Keen, Eclipse, Hot Chicks, Dog Walking Co, Ali, Dayla. All right. Ooh, I was going to say there's no tectonic plates under New York. We're going to get into that. Queen Green, Supreme in the building. All right, can y'all hear me well? I've just realized I got my AirPods in, so I think that's being used as my mic right now. Y'all can hear me well? Because I'm ready to just go in on this real quick. All right, look, let me tell y'all something. Okay, first of all, see, when it comes into things like this, y'all know me. I'm a professional astrologer. Now, when it comes into things like this, family, we got to pull all formats out. We got to pull astrology out. We got to pull numerology out. We got to pull gematria out. We got to look in the past. Family, you got to understand, this matrix is about cycles. There's always cycles on cycles. Things always repeating themselves. All right? Things are always going to repeat themselves. So it was very easy for a lot of us. To look at the fact that the earthquake was at a 4.8 magnitude. It was at a 4.8 magnitude, and then we got the eclipse on the 8th. Now, what would make that spooky to us is like, wow, Mother Nature is really the 8th and 4.8 magnitude. Like, Mother Nature really speaking to us. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. What caught me off guard, because usually I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I kind of fell for the hoax a little bit. I'm kind of disappointed in myself there. I didn't stop to think if this was, orchestrated by man. And a lot of that has to do is because I had a dream a couple days ago. And I shared it with a couple people. I didn't really want to post about it on my main timeline because I didn't want to really project fear onto nobody. But I basically had a dream like 2 days ago. And mind you guys, my dream recalling is terrible. From a bunch of habits of me just having a bad sleep schedule, and I used to smoke a lot. Like, my REM cycle is upside down. So when I wake up and recall a dream, it's some shit. And I basically had a dream not too long ago, literally 2 days ago, and everything was the same. Right now I'm in New York. I'm about to go back home, though. I'm about to go back home to Virginia, though, where I live at. But, I'm just back in the crib, visiting Mom Dukes, visiting family, you feel me? Y'all know I'm a city nigga. I can't stay away from New York City too long. All right? I'm planning on moving back towards the end of this year anyways, hopefully earlier than that. But I basically had a dream, family, that it was damn near like an apocalypse going on, and everything looked the same. My car was the same. My mom's car was the same. I went to the store to get a sandwich. The people that worked in the store was the same. The sky was on fire. I see my homies going crazy. People were lighting things on fire. Then a SWAT team started like coming down my block as I was heading to my crib to check on my mom. They're throwing tear gas all over the place. And when I seen them coming in my head, I'm like, oh, these niggas is about to get me. So I'm like yelling at them like, yo, my crib is right there. My crib is right there. I do not need to get locked up right now. I need to check on my mom. And the funny thing about it was like I was invisible. Like they wasn't even like by the time they got to where I was at, like they just like I walked right through them. So that's very significant. And then when I got to my door and my mom came out, our cars are stolen. People are lighting things on fire. The sky is red. And my mom acting like nothing going on. I'm like, Ma, you good? She's like, yeah. I'm like, they stole our cars? She like, yeah. Like, she got a smirk on her face like this, like, yeah. I'm like, you okay? She's like, my faith is in God. Like, God got us. We good. And then I woke right up. And I woke right up after that. So the dream spooked the fuck out of me. Because it felt so fucking real. And when I got up, I realized I was dreaming. I look out the window and shit like, okay, yeah, my car right there. My car right there, parked across the street. But what stood out to me was the fact that my mom was confirming, like, everything was straight. Like, as long as you got your faith in God. So when everything happened today, I was literally like, I was just waking up. Like, I was literally like just waking up, still kind of half sleep. And the first earthquake hit. And I'm like, I asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, you felt that? She's like, yeah. Then everybody started ringing her line. Her line started going crazy. And people started hitting me up. So, yeah, I'm good, but I need to bring some clarity as to what's going on, guys. So, that's why I was kind of spooked, because I already had the dream that I had 2 days ago. So, right away, my AirPods just died. Do I still sound good, family? Do I still sound good? Is my audio still good? Okay, so basically, that's why I was spooked. That's why I was spooked, because I'm correlating my dream to what's going on. I'm like, yo, what's going on? The people that I spoke to about my dream was like, Bora, I think that's a premonition. Then when I told my mom about the dream, she was like, I think something bad gonna happen. I'm like, why? I'm looking for you to confirm what you told me in the dream, saying to put our faith in God. And you over here telling me something bad gonna happen. That's not what I'm trying to hear. So basically, family, that's why, today, once that happened, now I threw on my astrological goggles and I started looking at, time periods. Last time New York had an earthquake and all of this nonsense. And it's like, once again, this is a rare occurrence. This is not something that's normal. Not in New York. And even the last previous earthquakes weren't even nowhere near the magnitude of a 4.8. So, for one, guys, we have to look at the date. All right. We just transitioned from the 4th into the 5th. In 1945, there was a Manhattan bombing project going on. All right. There was a project going on dealing with some bomb projects in Manhattan. Okay, so then that already stood out. Because like I said, family, keep in mind, as far as everything that I'm going to be saying right now, keep in mind that everything works in cycles. Y'all know we live in a matrix. Y'all know there's powers that be that try to impose their magic on this system in different ways. Y'all know it's full of rituals and cycles after cycles, right? So that stood out to me. And then, they want us to, look towards their resources, whether it's the news, NASA, whatever it is, when things happen, when these are the resources and things that they control in general. So now even when we're looking for answers, we're running to that. Now we need to look at the spirituality of things. We need to look at the numerology of things. Okay. So I put that together. And then, family, you gotta think about it. Like, when we look at earthquakes, and whatnot, and certain natural disasters, once again, if it ain't something that happens in a consistent cycle, then that's already a funny money thing. I know a lot of you guys have heard about HARP in here, all right? They've been engineering our weather for a long time. So this is why I don't get into debates about other astrologers there's been people trying to tell me, and when the solar equinox hit, when the spring equinox hit, Boro, we're still in Pisces season. The real stars is here, this, that, and the third. And then you'll be able to use things dealing with weather change to support your evidence. Like, it's supposed to be hot around this time. It's still cold. You don't know what type of weather engineering they've been doing for the longest. Y'all think Hurricane Katrina wasn't engineered? Y'all think they don't have? Y'all go look it up. HARP, HAARP. All right, this has been going on for the longest. I knew about HARP since elementary school, literally. All right, so as I start like tapping in more to the numbers of things, I'm like, Now, guys, we're in Aries season. Right now, and there's about to be a solar eclipse in Aries. Aries is the god of war. All right, Aries is the god of war. Aries has everything to do with warfare. Mars has everything to do with warfare. So when it comes into gematria, which is a form of numerology, a Jewish form of numerology, all right, which is simply just the alphabetical order of the of numbers. So A would be 1, B would be 2, C would be 3. This is why when you look at your media headlines and they're using certain news headlines and whatnot, they're going to use certain numbers specifically because these things are representing certain things. So we have 4.8 magnitude, and the solar eclipse is taking off on the 4.8. And the thing about it, this solar eclipse is very close to the solar eclipse that we just had a couple years ago. This is a total solar eclipse. They're not ever that close together. So that can be used to manipulate some ritual or magic going on with the powers that be. Don't think that they're not aligning things with certain dates and certain transits, certain astrological transits. Okay? So that's that. But with that number 48 is such a significant number. 48 is such a significant number. All right? Because you know what else in this gematria, in this numerology format is 48? Donald Trump, Russia, Vladimir Putin, and they all add up to the number 48. So when you start putting all of those things together, when you start looking at the fact that every time there's something president, when you start looking at the fact that every time we're having these natural disasters, every time during the pandemic, that like these things are always reoccurring around election time. So I'll let y'all know right now, Trump back in office. I kind of been knew that already, and I was gonna look at some things astrologically, whatnot, and do a post on that. But today, super confirmed it. That man is back in office, and I'm gonna make a prediction right now. I don't know if it's gonna be on the 8th. But it might. Just look out for headlines with things dealing with war or things getting intensified dealing with war, whether it's going to be established in the 8th or at some time when Trump get his presidency back and he's reelected in some type of shape or form. So once you start seeing all those numbers add up, and then, you look at the date too, is the 4th, April 4th is the 5th, but, it's in a time span within these 2 days. Like the Final Four is going on right now with March Madness, college basketball. The Final Four is going on, and all those schools, those are Jesuit Jewish schools, Catholic schools and whatnot. The schools that are representing their universities in this in that basketball marathon. So even everything down to sports scores, who wins the championship in sports, all those things are controlled because they're representing things. They're a lot of times they're giving honor to queens and kings and different forms of royalty. And they got us thinking that athletes are really out there playing for real, or they're not being manipulated and controlled in some type of shape or form. So if you go into any gematria calculator right now, you type in 48, you'll find so many things that are in coincidence with these dates. So as far as warfare, I wouldn't be surprised if leading into this week, the solar eclipse, and for the rest of Aries season, we start seeing more things about war, more things about Russia. They've been hinting at things dealing with since the Cold War, dealing with nuclear bombs and all of this with Russia and whatnot for the longest now. For the longest. So it's more so about, at this point, it's more so about, is there going to be something extreme and catastrophic that happens? Or are the powers that be trying to just gradually manipulate the external realm in some type of shape or form? Now, when we talk about bombing in New York, when we're talking about, I got to be careful with the words I use too, before they start shadow banning a good brother. But when we start talking about, somebody mentioned there's no tectonic plates under New York City. I forgot what year it was. Maybe one of y'all could look it up right now. I forgot what year it was when Bill Clinton was in presidency, right? When he was elected. There was a 50-year-long project taking place under the World Trade Center. All right? Under the World Trade Center, dealing with underground. It was an underground bombing project. Right? There was engineering things dealing with working underground, all different type of things. All right? And this was right under the Trade Center. This was right under the Trade Center. And when he got into presidency, he stopped this. He stopped it. And then, obviously, we had the tragedy that happened in New York City. All right? So, it makes you think, what were they really doing under there? What were they really building under there? And that's just to answer any questions about anybody that's downplaying the technology that can be used to create a fake earthquake. Especially when there was some people in New York that I found out saying they didn't feel it. So it could be likely that it only shook up certain parts of the city. If an earthquake is that real, everybody's going to feel that bitch. Then there was either an aftershock or a second earthquake around 6 p.m. I called my mom. My mom was at work at the time. She said she ain't feel nothing. Nobody felt nothing over there. I felt that bitch. So now it's like, okay, it's not even consistent. Like it's not even consistent at this point. Everybody in here, I know, is a very sensitive topic. It's an extremely sensitive topic, especially like I lost family, with 9/11. But it's like, at this point we got to know that was man-made too. At this point we got to know that was designed. It's the age of Aquarius. We have to know that by now. And that could be a hard pill to swallow for people to have a sentimental, experience with that, which it was crazy. It was something I hope we never have to experience or anything close to that ever again. But, with all that being said, it just takes me back to like why, for us to go back to understand that they were having this building project under the Trade Center. It was two buildings. It was two buildings, right? You break them down. Now we have one world Trade Center, one world order. So all these different forms of manipulation with words and breaking things down, family, like that's you got to understand, it's very important. Even with the bridges in Baltimore or whatnot, I believe it was a Singapore cargo ship, and I forgot what officials just had an arrangement with some Singapore officials. So excuse me that I don't got names and details on that, but everything is connected. It's just that people will, the public at times will downplay how far how far the powers that be will go to sacrifice lives in order to make their rituals and do certain things in certain time frames and whatnot. And New York City is always going to be one of the major cities, like New York City, California. You could kind of tie in, I guess, Florida into it a little bit. But like these big major cities, but especially New York City, will always be testing points for things. Will always be somewhat of a project building for them in some type of shape or form. So all these coincidences, seeing the date 4.8 magnitude, eclipse going on the 8th, Russia, Putin, Donald Trump, all equal 48. Bet your bottom dollar Trump is back in the office. We're going to revisit this live later and going to be like, okay, we knew that was coming. But I feel like that's easy money. I feel like that's easy to see, especially with just all the energy and accumulation behind things. All right. It was crazy when he was first running for office. It seemed like it would be hell on earth if he got in there. And now look how much people are pushing for him to get back in the office. You feel me? So, yeah, and then you got the whole CERN machine thing. Like guys, when it comes into AI, like, there's so much technology we don't know about. Like, understand that, family. Like the powers that be, they trying to. I don't even like saying the powers that be. I don't even like giving them power by saying the powers that be. But y'all know what I mean when I say that. The people. I'm gonna just say the people. All right, them niggas. But for the most part, you know how much forms of technology that they're working on or they have that is not, we don't have access to. There's only but so much they could hold back in the age of Aquarius with technology, being the god of civilization right now. So people be trying to debate me about the end of the internet and, building a brand online isn't secure and all of these things. I'm like, y'all really don't understand the shifts of the world and civilization. Like, the internet ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. It's still in its baby stages, if anything. It's still in its baby stages. All right, you really think something finna happen to Facebook anytime soon? You crazy. All right, get on with the new way of the world. All right, but if you're not into astrology, you don't know nothing about civilization shifts and ages, then you still gonna be behind the curve a bit. All right, but yeah, the manipulators, them clowns, right? That's what we gonna call them niggas, them clowns, clown ass niggas. Okay, but yeah, family, all this shit was man made. That earthquake was man-made like a motherfucker. All right? And I want y'all to start paying attention. Like, election time is always when, because you got to understand, order in chaos. When it comes into these secret societies, they thrive because they're able to bring the order in chaos. So if they bring the chaos, then now we're looking up to higher ups, officials, politics, presidents, government. We need an answer. We need a solution. And then they give us the new system. The pandemic. Oh my God. There's a foreign germ falling out the air. Y'all trust the government more than y'all trust God. And that's what discouraged me so much around that time. That people rather look, if there was ever such a if there's ever going to be a germ falling from the sky, if there's ever going to be a germ coming out of the motherfucking air that's going to kill me, then that's how God want me to go. I am not running to no motherfucking government for no solution. I am not running to no doctor for no, what? Did it come from nature? Did it come from God? All right, I'll move with him. I'll move with God's way. And this even comes down to this is even like call me crazy, family. Like, if there was ever a day that there's a zombie apocalypse or some natural crazy ass extraterrestrial things come and invade shit. I'm not finna be getting a first aid kit and getting my straps. I got my straps is for intruders. If a zombies is walking down the block, them niggas could have it. I'm going back to the astral realm. I'm not finna live the rest of my lifespan like this is the Walking Dead. Y'all niggas got it. Y'all want Earth? Go ahead. Just don't make it hurt. Make it fast. All right? I'm not finna be living my life in motherfucker. You bugging out. Even when it comes, like, listen, I'm sorry. I'm just too connected to the astral realm to fear things in the earth realm. I don't fear death. I don't fear transition. Why should you fear something you've done more than 1 billion times? We've died 1 billion times, and we're going to be born an infinite amount of times. Why would I fear something natural taking me out? All right. So this earthquake is going to have a lot of people, looking towards who they think they're going to vote. Because right now we're seeing how Biden and Trump, how they're reacting to the situation, reacting to the bridge breaking down. We're seeing how these people that's running for office ain't really running for nothing because they're all handpicked. And word on the block is they're all blood related, but that's a whole nother thing. But now we looking towards them for answers, and this is when they bring us the order. This is when they bring us the order. They create the chaos, and we look to them for order. Instead of trusting God, instead of trusting spirituality, instead of trusting what's divinely going to come your way inevitably. So yes, we do live in a world where sometimes people are sacrificed, just to make their rituals work and whatnot. But I just had to jump on real quick and just let everybody know, do not jump into the fear mongering. Please don't jump into the fear mongering. But with the correlation I'm making with all this taking place, not only just during election season, but especially during Aries transits and the solar eclipse in Aries, and seeing how, from a gematria point of view and numerology point of view, how 48 is in alignment with the magnitude of the earthquake, the date of the solar eclipse, Donald Trump, Putin, Russia. That does set off a bit of alarms there. I'm not gonna lie. It does set up some alarms. So, but this is the thing. Like I said, niggas been beefing with Russia for how long? When the fuck y'all niggas gonna get it on already? We go back to the Cold War days. So this is why I bet my bottom dollar on it. 9 out of 10 times, even if nothing extreme happens this week or the next couple of weeks, I bet you there's going to be some major headlines about war this week. Like, I'm not even going to be surprised at all. I bet you there's going to be some headlines about something dealing with Vladimir Putin, with his puny ass, all right? And Russia in the headlines in some type of shape or form. I bet you Donald Trump may say or do something around this week so we can exalt him, so we could praise him, so he could be like, yes, we need him back in office, because Biden, he got all these things going on in Earth, going on in America, and he can't lead us right, and then we start pointing to him in some type of shape or form. All right? So everything just moves in cycles, man. Everything just moves in cycles, and that earthquake was fake as hell. It was fake as hell. Like it was fake as hell. Man, even before I started digging a little bit deeper into it, started seeing more of what the spiritual community, gematria community was saying about it, and I started making some more correlations with things. I'm like, yeah, this shit was fake as hell. Like, damn, they really got me too. They getting a tad bit more sophisticated. But you see, family, this is the thing, is the age of Aquarius. I've been saying this since a year ago. I said when it comes into the matrix, they're going to start playing a lot of reverse psychology tricks. They're going to start playing a lot of reverse psychology tricks. So they're going to start taking a lot of things that were unknown, that was behind the scenes and they're going to start throwing it in our face. So when it happens, we overlook it. And we just shake it off. So down to like things dealing with Cat Williams' interview and what's going on with P. Diddy and whatnot. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Everything Cat Williams was saying in that interview wasn't nothing new to anybody that's into the occult. It wasn't nothing new to anybody to understand how the Matrix ran. Yeah, we know there's a bunch of pedophiles and homosexuals and predators in Hollywood. Yeah, we know you got to do a bunch of things, walk through certain doors and get violated and get your manhood taken from you, or deal with a high level of promiscuity as a woman or whatnot to walk through some of these doors. Yeah, we know Sexy Red dropping a porn, a fake sex tape or whatnot, her IG story. We know that wasn't an accident. Yeah, we know Glorilla showing her titties on social media wasn't an accident. We not fools. We know Hollywood works. We been knew how this works. In the age of Pisces, we started getting more clues about this because we started becoming more in tune and we started understanding how to trust spirituality and spirit. But in the age of Aquarius, you can't hide information. So they knew this. So now they got to play reverse psychology tactics, you know? So now you got niggas like Cat Williams, and you got things going on with these celebrities, and we're just downplaying it. Like, we're just downplaying it as if that's not what they've been doing. They like, this is not nothing new. They've been doing these things. It's nothing to be surprised about. Oh my God, P. Diddy is really a predator and been doing this. You just catching on. It ain't nothing surprising about him. It ain't nothing surprising about him. The only thing going on with P. Diddy is the fact that he most likely didn't follow some orders. He most likely didn't do something he was supposed to do. He most likely had his ego in some type of... He's getting his ego checked by the higher-ups. How much y'all want to bet he don't even go to jail? How much y'all want to bet he don't even do no jail time? How much you want to bet he probably end up suing some people that's talking about his name crazy? Like, how much you want to bet he don't... All the things that you think is going to manifest with him is not going to happen. These people are a part of a family at this point. Jay-Z and P. Diddy's and Beyonce's. They're a part of a family at this point. They're just going through different humiliation rituals and being, you can't bite the hand that feeds you. So you already walked through that door. You already signed the contract. And ain't no going back, and stay in place too. All right. No matter how much power we allow you to have, key word, no matter how much power and money we allow you to have, never forget who's the hand, the hand that also violates you but feeds you. Okay? So ain't nothing gonna happen to that brother. I bet you already. Watch the headlines this week dealing with war and whatnot. Don't let the fear projects, don't let the fear mongering ideology sink in. Don't let that happen. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little spooked just based off that dream I told you I had. That was the only crazy thing. But my dream is also confirming that there will be some transformation taking place. And y'all need to make sure y'all trust spirituality. Y'all need to make sure y'all trust God, not trusting these niggas that's creating the chaos, not trusting these niggas telling you there's a germ falling out of the sky and you need to get a vaccine for it. You don't know what they put in your goddamn system. And to this day, I don't even feel like there was nothing in the vaccine. To this day, I feel like it was probably like a placebo effect. It was probably a sugar pill. You know why? Because I feel like the whole point of it was for them to understand how much power they still have. It was like a self-check system. Like, yo, this is what we gonna do. We gonna do this. Let's see how much people comply. Let's see how much people we have that's not gonna say, how much people if they're gonna rebel or not. Because we know we're gonna have those people that think they conscious and the occultists, this, that, and the third. That's gonna be trying to put them on the game. But let's see if the collective really come together so we can see just a self-check system to see how much power we still have. And obviously, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the people. And the reason I'm disappointed is like, it's okay if it's one thing and you feel like you really couldn't compromise your career, your job, you got mouths to feed, they put you in a real compromising space. This was real intense. They telling niggas they can't work at where they work at if they don't get the vaccine. Okay, whatever. But my thing is, when I'm on social media and I'm talking about it and I'm trying to tell people to take care of themselves and make sure, you keep some spiritual integrity, and I was getting projected on at the time, most likely with a bunch of other people that was trying to help the people stand up for themselves, that's what I had a problem with. That's what I have a problem with. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody into no motherfucking spirituality when it's time to have some spiritual integrity, all right? And you allow them niggas, them clowns, the Matrix, the niggas that run the Matrix, the niggas that push the button to tell you what to do. You feel me? To me, that was really disappointing. But we're a small percentage, family. We're a small percentage of people. You have to understand that we're a small percentage of people when we're talking about people that's spiritually aware, people that know that, you know, once they're out of this body, you're gonna go back to the spirit realm. You're gonna jump back into a body. If you know you're an infinite being, what the fuck is there to be fearful of in one existence, in one realm, one globe, one earth plane? Like, what is there anything to fear in this bitch when you magical, when you infinite? They can't kill your spirit. And this is spiritual warfare going on right now. The only reason that we're at war down here is because there's warfare going up there. And I ain't talking about no America and Russia. I ain't talking about what's going on in Gaza. I ain't talking about what's going on in Palestine. I ain't talking about what's going on, you know, in motherfucking Ukraine. I ain't talking about that warfare. I'm talking about the warfare between the spiritually enlightened ones and the ones that are creating the chaos to bring order to the rest of the world. That's the real warfare. That's the real warfare. Between the people and them. And, you know, the messed up thing about it is if the world was to wake up and understand, these niggas is less than 1%. That's the most discouraging thing about this war. The people that push the button, the people that's creating man-made earthquakes, the people that engineered Hurricane Katrina, the people that made the buildings crash, they less than 1%. If that. I don't even want to say 5%. That's a little too much. These are some small ass families. This is a small ass group. They just had a form of control for so long. And when you have something in control for so long, you feel me, is hard to take that energy out of place. They've had systems in control for so long, to the point that the public is just gonna go along with every motherfucking thing. You feel me? So, election time is always stirring up some bullshit, y'all. It's always stirring up some bullshit. If I see anybody on my page talking about I'm voting for this and the third, I'm just unfollowing niggas because I don't got the time for seeing that lack of consciousness on my shit. I don't. If you ain't talking about anything about election based off astrological things, based off numerology, I don't want to hear about this shit because you should know better. You should know it's the age of Aquarius. At this point, I was just doing a reading for somebody today, and we were talking about, you know, how it's hard not to judge people who are not into astrology, because if you had a third eye and you could put common sense together, you would know it's real. And I'll be like, you know, I'll be trying to like not judge people. I know people be on different paces in their spiritual path, but I can't help it. I can't help for you to have an Aries cousin and you hear everything about Aries and you don't be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that shit true. I can't help but you being a motherfucking Taurus, and I'm saying everything about a Taurus. It's not even just your sun sign, and you can't understand this truth. Something's not clicking up there, so I have no point but to judge your third eye and your IQ. Like, I can't help it. I just can't help it. All right? It be hard. I be trying to give people grace on their spiritual development and whatnot, but sometimes I don't got the patience for it. All right, your spiritual IQ is just low as fuck. Okay? The fact that somebody brought the zodiac and astrology to your front door trying to teach you about some shit and you wasn't even curious. That alone scares me. That alone, if I was dealing with a chick, dating a chick, and she don't know nothing about astrology, this, that, and the third, and I start dropping little seeds on her, she's like, wait, hold on, teach me more, hold on. When I come over tonight, can you tell me about my moon sign and the rest of it? I don't want nothing to do with her. I mean, picture me not dealing with a spiritual chick, but I'm just saying, for example, like, how are you not even intrigued? How did something not click? Like, wait, hold on. Wait, this is based off the sun, moon, and stars, the realm that we live in, this world that wait, hold on, tell me some more. So what else? I'm already judging you. I can't help it. I don't want to judge. I leave that up to God, but I can't help it. All right? So, just know that, family. Just know that right now. Like, all that election shit is bullshit. Trump will be back in office. They got plans for that man. Trump is a what? Is he a Gemini sun? Can somebody correct me? I don't know. I don't remember. He's a Gemini sun, Leo rising. I think he's a Gemini sun, Leo rising. If somebody could correct me on that. He a Gemini. Jupiter's about to conjunct Uranus. Jupiter is about to conjunct Uranus. Jupiter has everything to do with authority figures, anointed people in spiritual and educational spaces. Uranus, power being imposed on the collective. I'm telling y'all, like, it's just, I'm gonna do an astrological breakdown on that, but this was more so, okay, Leo rising, yup. So this is more so, just, this is just numerology and seeing circumstances play out. Every election is some bullshit, y'all. I'm really mad at like, I'm really disappointed in myself. I didn't think like, hold on, let me figure out, let me do the numbers, let me see what's adding up. Like for a point, I really thought Mother Nature was on some bullshit, and she really not. She really is tight that niggas be fucking with her. I ain't gonna lie. That's what she really tight about. That's I ain't gonna lie. She really mad that there was even God and Mother Nature was even mad that man created houses and shit where hurricanes even take place in the first place. Well, who told y'all to do that? Who told y'all to put that there when y'all know these natural phenomena happen? Okay, so like I said, this total eclipse. We had a total eclipse a couple years ago. I don't know. I can't remember if it was 2020 or whatnot. And we usually don't have them that close together, so they have to find ways to utilize this energy to manipulate things in different ways. Okay, so I just had to get on to say I was gonna wait till tomorrow. I might come back tomorrow with more numbers and details about things. But I had to just get this out because I know there's most likely going to be some fear-mongering energies going on during the eclipse. What have I been saying to y'all all Aries season? I've been repeating myself over and over. Guys, be careful what's going on in the external realm, especially when it's dealing with like podcast, relationship activity, everything going on with Diddy and celebrity news. This is a time right now where there's huge portals opening up for you to birth a new you. If there's certain things that you have insecurities attached to, creative energies in your life, expression energies in your life, you can put death to that person right now and birth a whole new you. Them people know this. They are trying to limit as much self-evolution as possible. They're trying to limit as much self-evolution as possible. They don't want people to start knowing themselves. A lot of these projects are not just, by you not knowing yourself is control for them, because you're always going to look to them for some type of order in your life. Let spirituality be your order. Let you being the master conductor of your own reality be your order. You are here to make the universe bend to your will. But instead, we've been raised and we've been projected on, right, for us to feel like we have to go to all these other resources for direction in life. You know, go to, whether it be NASA, whether it be a president, whether it be whatever the fuck. All right. That's why they have to do extreme things at times. That's why they have to do things like the pandemic, because they have to see if they still have a certain amount of power. They know what type of shifts are going on consciously. They know what type of access of information people are having. They know people are starting discords, communities. They can't help certain spiritual pages get over 100K subscribers and followers. They know they can't. There was nothing that was going to do to stop that. There was nothing that was going to do to stop that in the age of Aquarius. Information was going to be all over the place. But what we could do is get a little bit more extreme so we could stop people from trying to know themselves, so they could continue to trust us and give us power, when it comes into our ritual work. That was a ritual today, guys. That was a whole ritual today. And the thing about it, there's been circumstances where there've been like little fake explosions in New York City too. Like there's been like in Manhattan little fake fire explosions in the ground. There was like 2 in the past like 6 months or so. So they'll do the build up, right? They'll have those little things happening to make you think this is something that's reoccurring, something's going on, this, that, and the third. Like these are all projects, family. Like don't underestimate the type of technology and engineering these niggas have. All right, I grew up listening to metaphysical teachers like Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine. I remember being a little kid in elementary school, 5th grade. I had an older brother. He transitioned, but he was spiritual as hell. And he birthed my spiritual path for me. And I remember listening to these metaphysical teachers back before we had cell phones. All right, back before cell phones. This is tapes. They ain't watching this on YouTube, or these are tapes. VHS tapes, and they're talking about the different type of technology they have. Three helmets that could help, that they have where niggas in the army could see 360. Is all different type of things. So to think that they're not limiting the access that we have to things dealing with technology, you're tripping. All right, like I said, Bill Clinton, there was a 50-year project going on under the World Trade Center for people that's just coming in here. When Bill Clinton got in office, he stopped it. Now I ask y'all, what were they building? What were they building under the Trade Center? All right, guys. So, all y'all got to do right now is stay intentional. Stay intentional. Show some gratitude. And know that, God got your best interest if you trust that man. All right? If you trust that being. All right, family, don't let all the fear-mongering take place. Please don't do it. There's going to be some this one going to catch some of the spiritualists. This one going to catch some of us off guard. It's going to catch some of us off guard a bit. All right? So I don't even regret the post I made earlier today talking about thank you for the solar return reminder, of course. I don't necessarily regret the post I made today. There's only one thing I said in the post that I regret is Mother Earth, about Mother Earth knowing what's going on with these ships, even though she know what's going on with these ships, but that wasn't her with the earthquake. That wasn't her. All right? That was man. Okay? And we cannot run and give these niggas power by asking them how are you going to help us? How are you going to bring some order? What are you guys going to do? How are you going to stabilize things for us? That's just making a ritual work some more. Okay, so from an astrological point of view, now I got to look back and see when the earthquakes in New York took place, if it was election time or whatnot. I believe in my post I said 2020. So we could just look back during pandemic time. All right, but pandemic, that one, I could have read that situation in my sleep. I ain't need to look at transits. And there was mad crazy transits around that time. We had like a 5-planet stellium in Capricorn. So the infrastructure of the world was going through transformation. It was like Mars, Pluto. It was mad shit in Capricorn. Whenever there's a huge stellium in Capricorn, you could look for changes and transformations going on with the infrastructure of the world in general. All right. Earth signs can deal with land in general too. So now with me even just saying that we're about to have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, I've been telling y'all this is one of my favorite transits of the year. This is one of my favorite transits of the year for what it could do for people spiritually. This could be a time where a lot of people can manifest some spiritual, Jupiter, and different type of financial breakthroughs in their life, Taurus, because they're being intentional about gaining power and authority, Uranus, to transform your reality, Taurus, reality, Earth, reality, your values, your sense of security and stability. So a lot of people that's already been probably working on a project individually, or you're really passionate about moving into a space of authority with how you navigate career, how you gain security and stability, people that have, on the 20th, people that have a certain passion or something that's very individual, and you probably, based off maybe your upbringing, forms of projection, you being more spiritually evolved than your peers and your surroundings, you may have felt insecure pushing this individual belief, passion out in some type of shape or form, but you've been doing it. You're going to see breakthroughs around this time. But knowing that this eclipse is that close to that transit, I could just imagine how much is going to probably be going on in these next 2 weeks just to throw us off our game, to once again limit our self-evolution. They don't want us tapping into these things. You got to think about it. It's Jupiter's dealing with, enlightenment in general. Then it's getting right next to a peak with Uranus. Uranus deals with being rebellious, gaining power. There's going to be a lot of people around this time that wake the fuck up. There's going to be a lot of people this time that feel empowered to trust God and spirituality beyond the powers that be, beyond them niggas, to look for them for solutions. Because we're going to feel like I could rebel against anything and I could take power over my reality utilizing Jupiter energy, my form of knowledge, my form of belief systems. This could even go down to religion. For real, for real. This don't, you even gotta be like, you could be religious. Niggas gonna trust Buddha way more than Trump and Biden. Niggas is gonna be trusting Jesus more than a vaccine. I tell you that. So, just know whenever there's something extreme going on in the world, especially if there's something extra extreme going on with celebrities. There's things going on with celebrities every day. But like the Cat Williams situation, like something going super viral. You go in the supermarket, niggas is talking about it. Something like Diddy is super viral. You gotta understand, family. The first thing you need to be thinking is, what are they trying to distract me from right now? This must be a powerful time of making a personal shift. It must be. Because ain't nothing happening to none of them niggas. Ain't nothing finna happen to none of them niggas. Niggas be lying. Niggas be capping. Cat Williams up there capping. Probably done did some unholy things before. He probably done did some unholy things before. He probably up there capping maybe, Diddy. If you just finding out right now that Diddy is a whole... The nigga's a demon. That's all I gotta say. The nigga is... He need to get his desires together. That's all I gotta say. The nigga, he's beyond predator. Like just putting words together for that nigga is... I can't even put words together for that man. And then, I lose followers and subscribers, even though I really don't give a fuck. But every time I bring up y'all favorite artists, whether it's a Sexy Red, to a Beyonce, to a Jay-Z, to a fucking Drake. Lord have mercy. These niggas, y'all go crazy for these niggas. But if you knew that these niggas, what they was doing behind the scenes, you'd probably feel so ashamed of yourself that you even valued somebody. Like, it's one thing being in tune with the art. There's another thing putting somebody in a pedestal, and you would be so discouraged, like, oh my God, I can't believe I was the biggest Beyonce fan in the world. This is what they're doing behind the scenes. These are the type of rituals. These are the type of things that they comply to even have the success they have. It's sad. It's sad. It's so sad. It's like finding out one of your loved ones is really... I can't even make that analogy because you actually have a personal relationship with your loved one, but we don't know these niggas, y'all. We don't know these niggas. I could know Future or whoever the fuck, Rick Ross, some of my favorite artists. I could know that they down with the get down. And if the music is fire, I'm still going to listen to it a little bit, but I got to filter that John out with my third eye a bit. And to be honest with y'all, as of lately, I don't even be like listening to hip-hop like that as of lately anyways, because the more I've listened to other genres of music, I really start picking up on how my frequency, aligns with... I've been listening to nothing but old school funk and soul music and, R&B bands and... Like I don't like I'm very selective with hip hop nowadays. So I just gotta say that because I be seeing people that swear that they on spiritual timing, but you still worshiping somebody like Beyonce. You on spiritual timing, you still worshiping somebody like motherfucking Jay-Z or LeBron James or something. And it's like, how are you on spiritual timing? How are you on occult timing? You might be on spiritual timing. You might, but it's because spirituality and occultism is like a subversion of spirituality. You go under spirituality, but if you a true occultist, like I guess I'll separate the two. Maybe you're on spiritual timing, you're getting closer to God through forms of spirituality and tarot and whatnot, but you still got some unplugging to do. You swallowed like half of the red pill. You ain't swallowed it all the way. Because it ain't no fucking way you don't understand that there's a separation from people that are exalted that way. If you're performing at the motherfucking Super Bowl, you done did some things. Period. You done did some things. All right? So, family, please be careful this week. Not be careful from, oh my God, something's going to happen. Be careful from the fear-mongering influences to sink into your subconscious. That's what I want y'all to be careful of. got me. We good. We good. All right. Listen, we all gonna go someday. We all gonna transition someday. You are an infinite being. The more you understand you're an infinite being, the more you can start looking at death as just a part of life. The more you just transition. All right. I'm just expanding into another experience. We ain't got nothing to fear in this motherfucker. If you really walk with God, you ain't got a damn thing to fear. So I know it's gonna be a lot of, like I said, the shit caught me off guard. I know it's gonna be a lot of different spiritualists, a lot of my sorcerers, witches, astrologers, tarot card readers, and we're gonna be posting things all week talking about, like, guys, be careful in New York, be careful to stand the third, or be careful in this area, make sure to stand the third. Don't feed too heavy into that shit. You go ahead and do what the fuck you do every fucking day regularly, and not walk it, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to just start, now you're going to actually start creating things in your personal life. So nothing may even happen out in the world, but things going to start happening in your personal life, because that's the vibration you're carrying now. Like, oh my God, should I go to work today? Should I not go to work? Should I call out of work for the month? Should I take vacation early and go move back with my mom? Should I get out of New York to stand in third, to stand? Like, see, you're going to start moving with that frequency vibration, and now you manifesting all different type of bullshit in your personal life. So be careful, y'all, from letting the fear mongering sink into your subconscious. That earthquake was man-made like a motherfucker. Trump will be back in office. There may be a lot of headlines dealing with warfare in the news coming up this week. All right. We got solar eclipse coming up, and then we got Jupiter conjunct Uranus following that up. So the month of April will be very interesting. And I'm most likely going to jump on tomorrow or make some posts with some more numerology and astrology behind these things. All right, family, I love y'all. Y'all know, once again, God is with us. God is in the chat right now. God, what up? I know you don't be leaving no comments or nothing. Can you send a brother a Cash App, God? All right, my bad. Anyways, he with us right now, y'all. He, she, the being is with us. When you look to that man for solutions, you're good. When you look to giving gratitude for solutions, you good. When you ask for your blessings and you demand the universe drop blessings in your life, right, through your works, because miracles without works is dead like a mug. When you move in that vibration, you ain't got nothing to worry about what's going on in the physical realm. And guess what, family? If the zombie apocalypse happens, it happens. Listen, they probably gonna fuck with you. You spiritually inclined. You walk with God and you spiritually inclined. They probably gonna see you like, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I ain't gonna suck blood out your ass. You good. Yo, this one right here, yeah, leave him alone. He's straight. He's straight. I'm like, no, nigga, don't leave me on this earth plane by myself. Y'all killing everybody else. Y'all might as well take my black ass out. I want to be here by myself. I'm a Libra. I need somebody to talk to. All right, damn. Zombie apocalypse happen. Let that shit motherfucking happen. I don't give a fuck. All right, I'll happily go right back to the astral realm where we're all going to go back one day eventually. Okay? It's an endless cycle of astral realm experience. I should have went on Do Not Disturb. Somebody just called me. But this is a continued, that's life, guys. Astral realm experience. You may be going to different realms. A lot of us may have not been to a different realm in a long time, though, because we probably keep reincarnating to Earth, because we probably have not evolved how we deal with materialism. We probably attached to that. We probably attached to our concept of money. A lot of us is probably keep reincarnating to Earth because you haven't created an abundant and philosophical, expansive outlook on materialism. You're still attached to what shopping and nice things in the world and what money could do for you, instead of looking at it as simply a tool for you to use to experience. You still worshiping materialism. You still worshiping things of the earth. You still have a fear monger. You have not. Some of us keep reincarnating because, like I said, you still looking to those people for answers and solutions, and now you can't transcend because you haven't developed individuality yet. You have to develop some individuality to transcend here. AKA, you got to be able to get on fucking social media and say what the fuck you want. You got to be able to stand in your beliefs, even though your family is religious or whatever the fuck, and you into astrology and spirituality, and you got to have to be able to do that, stand in your individuality, knowing that your peers can change. My close friends, relationship with my friends in my social circle, that can transform because I stand in my form of spirituality. My relationship with my family can transform because I stand in my spirituality. That is true individuality. Until you're able to do that, you might have to keep reincarnating here. So there's a lot of us, our desires. A lot of us is here for that one. Probably majority of us. Because we haven't learned how to raise lower energies, lower frequency vibration. We haven't learned how to raise out of survival mode. We haven't learned how to raise out of our animalistic natures. We haven't learned how to raise our sexual urges into higher spaces and have control out of them. So when people don't understand, when you have Sexy Reds and Ice Spices and all these different artists heavily promiscuous and whatnot, it's more than just the effect of them negatively influencing the youth and women to feel liberated and be out of control and break up relationship energy. It's way more than that. That is a sub effect. That is a mild effect. They keeping you in your desires. Ain't nothing about you paying attention to these artists that are having a sexually liberating frequency vibration. It's not just about you starting to value negative things that are not going to eventually bring positive outcomes in your life and is going to eventually make you feel unfulfilled because you probably can't find, healthy unionships and partnerships. Is the fact that they're getting you deep in your desire energy. I don't even like being on Instagram. I hate Instagram. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like Instagram. Because as a grown man, every time I get on my Explore, especially the journey I'm on dealing with learning how to really gain control over my flesh, not smoking, abstaining, and all this good stuff, I hate getting on Instagram. Like, y'all see, I don't really follow that much people. I done followed women before because they overly motherfucking promiscuous and shit. Like, so it's like, you open your Explore and there's ass everywhere. Like, god damn, I ain't asked for all this ass. And I'm a handsome ass nigga. I get some ass like this. I don't want it and it's in my face. That's Instagram for you. That's Twitter for you. That's why I'm a YouTube nigga. I be on YouTube. All right? Because at least I can manipulate my algorithm on YouTube. At least I know when I open up my YouTube homepage, it's nothing but spiritualists. It's nothing but, other astrologers, spirituality, things that I'm intrigued about or whatnot. It ain't just ass. Instagram this energy is full of desires and full of attention. So this app amongst other influences in social media will definitely not only get you deeper into promiscuous vibes, which will keep heavy desire energy in your life, and then you'll have to keep reincarnating or keep manifesting low-level circumstances in your life because the flesh has too much control and you can't elevate and transcend and experience more blissful things in life because you're too much in a hell state because of your flesh. All right? The ancients already viewed this body as hell. They already viewed this body as hell because they weren't disconnected from understanding that they were spiritual beings. They were infinite beings. So when they had to come down and experience in a body, they're like, I hate this fucking body. It's so much limitations in this body. It's so much limitations in this shit. We can't fly. And them niggas was probably flying back then. But I'm saying, like, we got to integrate the mind, thought, and the body. This is mad work. So this body has limitations, and if you allow your flesh to continue to control you, then you're not going to be able to understand why you still experiencing certain things in life. You bumping Sexy Red all day. You repost as soon as Sexy Red posts something on Instagram and you repost it, and then you don't understand why men in your life don't want to vet you properly. You don't understand why men in your life don't want to vet you properly. And then as soon a nigga trying to fuck, and then right away without even knowing you, and you like, damn, you can't even get to know a bitch, and your presentation. I seen you posting Sexy Red. I see your presentation, this, that, and the third. Why would I want to get to know you? That's the vibe you giving me. That's the vibe you giving to the world. Why would I want to work for that? All right? So, presentation is everything, family. Your subconscious is fucking everything. Y'all need to make sure y'all filtering out y'all timelines and being careful who y'all idolize, especially in today's times. Especially in today's times, because they're exalting the people that's going to keep you in your desires, that's going to keep you, in survival mode. And anybody bitching about things dealing with the system in general, there may be a lack of spiritual development here, because regardless of what the system got going on, you came down here to experience. You think you didn't know you was coming into a system when you sign contracts to do certain things in this earth realm? You think you ain't know you was coming down into a matrix in some type of shape or form? You think you ain't know you was coming down into a limited system, jumping into a body? You think you ain't know that as a spirit? You see, y'all downplaying how much y'all spirit know. Your flesh don't know shit. That's what it is. Your flesh don't know a damn thing. Your spirit know everything. So the more you can, this is why detachment is so important. Isolation is so important, because the more you can detach from certain things, the more your spirit is louder, the more spirit can guide you, the more spirit can tell you, no, we're not going to deal with I'm not going to try to get to know this person, to date this person. You know this person don't align with your values or your spiritual development. Or yes, this is the person to participate with. This is the business partnership to participate with. This is the social environment to be in. This is the social environment not to be in. This is the project to work on. This is the job to quit. This is the play. Then spirit could just ping, 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 ping. Spirit could just make all the moves. Spirit can make all the moves for you. All right? But some of y'all need to check how long y'all be on Instagram. Some of y'all on Instagram 6-7 hours a day. You bugging out. It ain't it ain't that much motherfucking time to be on this bitch. All right? So, I love y'all, family. Okay? And once again, for everybody coming in here late, that earthquake was man-made like a motherfucker. I'm finna post this on YouTube right now. Get the message out. Spread the word. Ain't no fear-mongering going on in this bitch. Not in the time of birthing a new us. Not in the time of where we got to be very intentional, because we could bring extreme transformations in our life. Hell no. I should have known better. I can't believe I fell for this one. I'm disappointed in myself. I should have known better. I haven't been getting that much sleep. There's a lot of readings and shit. I'm just off my game a little bit. I've been liquid fasting and whatnot. You start fasting, you start getting delusional and shit. You start fasting, you don't eat no food for a couple of days. You just be drinking liquids and shit for 3 days. Shit start looking a little different. Niggas start hallucinating a little bit. So I had to recuperate, get my shit back together. You feel me? But that's that, y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna come back tomorrow with I'm gonna come back tomorrow with some vibes for y'all. Hopefully some more numbers and information. I have mad shit written down on my phone, but I really just wanted to jump on and just throw that at y'all. You feel me? The Matrix work hard, but God work harder.